Alright, so in this lesson we're going to talk about CDs, which are the abbreviation for a certificate of deposit. And a certificate of deposit is an amount of money that you put into the bank. You guarantee you will not take it out for 6 months or a year or whatever the terms are, and it earns a little higher interest than, say, a savings account or something like that. So here's Florence Tyler. He invested $8,500 in a 4-year certificate of deposit that earns interest at 6% compounded daily. The amount per $1 is 1.271224. What is the interest earned to the nearest cent? Now, there's two ways you can figure this out. You can use the big compound interest formula, or you can just use the number they give you, because there is a formula for it, but they also make tables that tell you you can just multiply by this amount and it will give you your number. Let's just do that. That's a lot easier. Okay, so to find our amount, we're going to take the original principal of $8,500 and multiply it by the amount per 100, 1.271224. When we do, we get $10,805.40. Now that's the amount that he'll have when he finishes. That they wanted to know what is his interest that he earns. So now to find his interest, we take the amount that he would have in the account when he's done after the 4 years. We found that to be $10,805.40. Subtract the original amount of money that he put in. So we subtract 8,500 and we get $2,305.40. So the amount of interest he earned in those 4 years would be $2,305.40. All right, if they do not give you the number from the chart, then you have to use the formula to calculate the amount in the certificate of deposit at the end. This is our formula right here. And it is that the amount is equal to P, your principal, times 1 plus R to the N. Now it tells you what each thing stands for. A is the amount, or the future value. Again, that's what you have in the account when you finish. P is the principal, or the present value, the amount you start the account with. R is the rate per period. Okay, so remember we sometimes have things compounded daily, monthly, annually. So we have more than one period in a year. You take the annual interest rate that they give you and divide by the number of periods per year. So this number right here could be lots of different things. If it's daily, it would be you would divide by 365. If it's monthly, you would divide by 12, because there's 12 months in a year. If it's quarterly, you would divide by 4, because there's 4 quarters in a year, and so on. Okay. N, the number we raise to the power, is the total number of periods. So that would be the number of years times the number of periods in a year. So if, for example, if you're doing it monthly for 2 years, okay, you would take 2 years times 12 months in a year would be 24 times. So let's try this question out. It says Harvey Olson invested $8,500 in a 3-year CD that pays 5% interest compounded quarterly. What's the amount of interest that Harvey will earn when the CD matures? So let's put our numbers into the formula. Okay, so again, this is our formula right here. Let's fill in the amounts. We don't know the amount. That's kind of what we're looking for here. The principal, the P, was 8,500 times 1 plus our R, remember, is our interest rate divided by the number of periods per year. Now the interest rate was 5%, so we do 0.05. We're going to divide that by the number of times it's compounded in a year. This is compounded quarterly, which is 4 times a year, so we're going to divide by 4 right there. And then to the N power, and remember that's the number of years. This was a 3-year CD. times the number of periods per year. Again, it's compounded quarterly, so that's 4 times a year. So this is what it looks like right now. Let's go through it step by step. The first thing I'm going to do is do the 0.05 divided by 4. That gives me 0.0125. Here, my 3 times 4 gives me the 12th power. Okay, next we have 8,500. We add these together. 1 plus 0.025 is 1.0125 to the 12th power. Now our order of operations here tell us we need to do the exponent first, then our multiplication. I'm going to pull a calculator up real quick, show you exactly what it looks like to do 1.0125 to the 12th power. Okay, so again, we want to calculate this right here. We start by doing our power. So this is the calculator on the computer. One thing you want to do is make sure it's in scientific mode. So click on View and Scientific, and it should look like this. I'm going to take this number, 1.0125, put that into my calculator. I want to do it to the 12th power. So what you do is you put the number in, and then you see this number that has a little X with the Y. I push that, and then I put my power of 12, and I push equals. Okay, so that gives me 1.1607. Just leave that number in your calculator. The next thing we're supposed to do is multiply by 8,500. So then I just put times 8,500. It leaves my number there, and I get $9,866.41. Okay, so again, you do the number inside, the number inside the parentheses, push this button, then put your power in, and then go times the number in front. Okay, so now I've found my amount to be $9,866.41. Okay, that's the amount at the end of the term. So after 3 years, that's how much he has in the account. They want to know what's the amount of interest that he's going to earn. So our interest is the amount we have in the end minus whatever we put in originally, because whatever we have gained, that's the amount of interest. So we take the amount of $9,866.41 and we subtract the original amount that we put into the account at the beginning. And we get $1,366.41 is the amount of interest that he earned when the CD matures. That means when it reaches its end.